Okay, so here's my input signal, which is 10 volts peak to peak. You can see it's at 5 volts per division, and it's 2 divisions high. And my ground line is in the center. So I've used my ML2010 to generate the sine wave function, about 1 kilohertz. And then I have to fine tune it to make sure that was all correct, using the amplitude and fine frequency to adjust, as well as the offset to make sure that your ground is riding in the middle. Now I have my leads hooked up to measure the output, and then I also have my output run over here to my breadboard. I have power going to the top and ground going to the bottom. The diode is coming from power and joining in that same line. This is how we make a connection, is one on top of the other, not side by side. If they're side by side, that's actually an open. Okay, so I turned on channel 2 and I have a very beautiful half-wave rectified output. I'm going to attempt to show us here how to add a measurement. So up top you'll see the measure button. Click on that, and then the first option button over here is add measurement. Then I can use my multi-purpose knob up top to scroll through the different measurements that I can set it to. And I'm most interested in the peak-to-peak value. I can take that and convert it to everything else I need. And then I'm going to click over here, OK, and add measurement. Then I hit menu off, and it turns all that off, and you can see there I actually added it twice because I didn't know I'd already clicked it once. And channel 2 is coming in at 3.92 volts. Okay, so I went back and changed mine, so now you can see I've got channel 1 peak-to-peak measurement and channel 2 peak-to-peak measurement. My channel 1 is a little low. I could turn it up just a hair to match my 10 volt peak-to-peak, and we'll probably do that now and continue. Okay, I've added in the filtering capacitor to ground. And I've had clipping on my input. I don't know what's going on there, but it does show my output is around about 250 millivolts from peak to peak. Well, just measuring that ripple part, and it's kind of hard. That's why I'm using the peak to peak here, so you can see the amplitude of this signal. I do find it interesting that doubled the frequency here sometimes. I think it may not be picking up all the peaks here and there. Something interesting there. I have apparently lost my diode, so this output should not change a lot from here. What you will see is that that ripple will decrease a little bit, and then what we're actually measuring is from the ground up to that line, and that would we're trying to make a DC voltage there, which is a straight line, so it'll get rid of a good bit of that ripple. It won't be perfect, and then you're measuring it 1 volt or a half a volt, because this is 500 millivolts, so 0.51, 1.5, like that. Okay, so here's my messy voltage regulator circuit, and not sure what's going on with my voltage regulator. I should be getting 5 volts out. I've got 5 volts going in, and I should be seeing that 5 volts coming out. This is what's going into the voltage regulator, and this is what's coming out. Okay, so I took off the output resistor, which I think is what was loading down the voltage, because you can see here now I'm at 1, 2, 3, a little over 4 volts there with my output signal.